People. Que pasa, sac passe, what they do. Now, people, the first thing that is popping in the news is an update about a story that I spoke about before. And if you are a Jamaican living in Jamaica or living overseas, and you intend to purchase any sorts of property, be it business, residential, commercial, or investment property, you want to listen to this story. I am speaking about a story that I spoke about a couple of times, and it involves a seller of a house. His name is Mr. Michael Kelly, and also his real estate agent / lawyer. Her name is Tanya Walters Powell. She operated or still operates out of Linstead, which is in St. Catherine. Now, people, Mr. Michael Powell gave her his property to put up for sale. She was his agent. The property was sold to a family member. The family member of Mr. Kelly, he paid in full. When he paid that money to the lawyer's bank. That money that he paid to the lawyer's bank was not turned over to the seller. So therefore, Miss Tanya Walters Powell got full payment for the house. The money was transferred to her bank. However, she failed to fulfill her obligation of sending that money to the seller. Take her percentage and then send the rest to the seller. Now, people, since that this happened in 2018, we are now in 2021. So therefore, it has taken her 3 years or more, and still yet the man has not gotten his money. This man took the case to court. He took it to the General Legal Council, which is the regulatory body that monitors lawyers and make sure that they are doing the right thing, make sure that they are not deceiving or thieving their clients and people. This lady, Tanya Walters Powell, she is the worstest of the worstest. Now, people, basically the case went to the General Legal Council, and this lady, they realized she was lying. However, since it went to the General Legal Council, it seems as if there is some sort of delay tactics. It seems as if the General Legal Council, like all crooked corporations or crooked government body in Jamaica that are supposed to be representing the victims, it seems as if they are in league. It seems as if they are in bed with the crooks, meaning the lawyer. So therefore, the lawyers in the Body Club is getting the backing of the General Legal Council in this case. Now, people, like I said, I have spoken about this several times on my YouTube channel, and one of the times that I spoke about her because of the fact that I put her picture in my video, she went to YouTube and she reported it to YouTube. She got a lawyer or a couple of lawyers, and those 2 lawyers contacted me on several occasions. Basically, me run the crook them off of my phone. So anyways, people, I took down that video because of the fact that I had her picture. However, I am not going to use her picture in this video. However, I am going to call her name because of the fact that we have documents, we have proof, we have evidence, we have voice notes, we have videos, everything saying that she received this money and saying that she has yet to this day turn over this money. Now, people, the sad thing is that when this went to the General Legal Council, Miss Tanya claims that the money was hacked from her account, her bank account, and she gave conflicting stories as to which bank it was hacked from. She gave the seller who contacted her and the seller who also made a voice note saying that yes, he did turn over the money and he did contact Mrs. Tanya Walters Powell, and she told him 3 different stories as to where the bank or the money went. Now, people, I also have a video of the seller, the victim, Mr. Michael Kelly, and he is going to explain what Tanya says or said as it pertains to her bank account or email being hacked. So, people, take a listen, take a look to what the buyer has to say about the stories, the conflicting stories, at least 3 different stories in which Miss Tanya Walters Powell gave him, and then I will get to the video as it pertains to Mr. Michael Kelly. Take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
Hello, good night. I am the purchaser of Mr. Michael Anthony Kelly's house in I Mountain, and I'm doing this in regards to the sale and agreement with Miss Tanya Waters Powell. When the sale and agreement was complete, I've made check with Miss Powell that the money was sent over and that she had received it. She said yes. She said she was going to now send it to Mr. Kelly from the Scotia Bank in Linstead. I then followed up the next day to see if the money was sent over. She said that her email had gotten hacked and the money was sent to a company in the US. I then told her that I was going to contact a manager I knew in the Scotia Bank in Linstead to inquire about what happened. Immediately, the bank name and address changed to a bank in Old Harbour, PC Bank to be exact. I then told her that I knew a manager there as well, so I would still inquire about it. The bank changed again to a head office of a bank in town, which she wouldn't give me the name of, because maybe she thought I knew a manager there as well. And it's been ongoing from there for Mr. Anthony Kelly to get his money, and up until this date he hasn't received or hear anything from Miss Powell.
So people, that is a voice note from the buyer, which is a relative of Mr. Kelly. He explained everything in intricate detail. He said that he bought the house, he paid for the house, the full amount in which the seller asked. He confirmed with the real estate agent slash lawyer, Tanya Waters Powell, that she received the money. She said yes, she received the money. However, she gave him 3 different stories, conflicting stories of 3 different bank accounts in which the money was sent to. So therefore, she get the money. However, she decided that she is not going to pay over the money to the seller, who is the actual owner. After she got cash from the buyer for the seller, she also got a commission from the buyer or from the seller. Now she is claiming that the accounts, the email was hacked, and the money that was supposed to send to the seller was never received. 3 years later, after the man got General Legal Counsel, still no sort of payment. So people, I am going to let you take a listen, take a look to what the seller, Mr. Michael Kelly, has to say, what happened, what transpired when they went to courts, and the experts who claims that he is some sort of computer expert is conflicting stories that he gave. When he was asked, first he said that his proof, his job led him to believe that Tanya Waters Powell was the actual hacker. However, after a day or so, when he came back, it seems as if his friends, the lawyers for Tanya Waters Powell, got to him and let him come in and give conflicting or contradicting statement. So people, take a listen, take a look to what the seller has to say, Mr. Michael Kelly, and then I'll give my piece.
People, good afternoon. This is Michael Kelly again, doing a follow-up video on the house situation that still has not resolved until now. Now, you have listened to a video of my nephew, the purchaser, one of the purchasers of the house, and his story with Tanya Waters Powell. And like I said before, all along, Tanya was telling me that she wired the money from BNS Linstead. And it's only when I get response from GLC that I actually realized where the money was sent from, First Caribbean Bank. The very day she was telling us that the money was sent from BNS, I have with me at the time two of my daughter who also work in bank and my son-in-law who work in bank, and they were saying at the very said times that what she's saying make no sense. However, she insists that yes, money was sent from BNS. We asked her then to send us copies of those emails she claimed to receive via WhatsApp. When she said that she does not know how to do that, my daughter offered to walk her through as to how to do it. Then she said she will figure it out for herself, and she has never ever fulfilled that promise. However, she put in her statement to GLC that she could not send the request because she didn't have a smartphone. And people, if you look in her email, you see she sent several emails from her smartphone, wireless phone. So again, we point that out to GLC, and she was lying. So I still do not see what is taking GLC so long to come up with a solution. Also, she and her defense lawyers get an so-called computer expert named Kedin Awood, a young man, about 25-year-old, and he claimed to do a report. In his report, Tanya Walters' name come up as the actor. Her lawyer recall him back to the stand to try to undo that damage. Yes, and his defense then was that her name come up as the actor because of the settings, people, that he have on his printer. I've never heard that in history yet. People may have all of them on record, audio and video. So tell them to come straight and clean. We have everything. So Tanya Walters Powell, I want my money. Stop lying, come clean and give me my money. Thanks. And I will be releasing videos after videos until you pay me. Also, people, Tanya has collected from my nephew 10% and 11.5, which was the first asking for the house. She collect that money. The house was then reduced to 10.5. And Tanya should return the difference to my nephew, the purchaser. Seeing as he has paid for the 11.5 and now the house is 10.5, her words to him was that it's the same percentage you have to pay. Nothing changed. He did not turn back my nephew money to him. He reported her to NHT. And as a result, NHT deduct that 100,000 out of my payment. So Tanya owe me an additional $100,000. I want to ask her if that is hacked as well.
Now, people, in life there's a thing that is called greed. There's a saying in Jamaica, it goes something like this: want all, lose all. I am speaking about lawyers in Jamaica, crooked people in Jamaica. People, let me proceed. Based on what these two persons are saying, I am speaking about the seller, Mr. Kelly. When the expert came to courts, he gave testimony. Obviously, he was hired by Tanya Walters Powell, attorneys, or two crooked, immoral, unethical lawyers that actually represent a criminal. So therefore, criminals representing criminals. He gave one testimony or one statement and then he changed. It seems as if he forgets that he is supposed to be moral and ethical and be the expert that he claims to be. However, people, we see he too was compromised. He too was a crook. So basically, Tanya claims that the account was hacked, email was hacked. However, she has no sorts of proof. When she was asked to send the proof, she got selective memory. She did not remember how to send a simple email or send anything. Now remember, people, this is a lady that is a real estate agent, a lawyer. So obviously, we know she is not supposed to be a loggerhead. However, she was playing dumb for catch wise. Pretty much that is exactly what is going on. We see in this case, it is a case of a crooked lawyer that is being represented by a set of crooked lawyers and also the regulatory body, General Legal Counsel, also a next crooked lawyer. So people, what do we expect in Jamaica? How are we going to get any sorts of justice in Jamaica? And people, I am going to say something and it is going to sound very controversial. That is why we see, in some cases, innocent people or people where them claim say is a hard-working professional person and she's in this club and that club. However, what we don't know is that a lot of these people, they are living above their means. A lot of these people, they are greed, they are unethical, they are immoral. So therefore, they are thieves, they are criminals. The only difference with the thieves out there that is jacking up people at gunpoint is that we can kind of expect it. As it pertains to lawyers and these real estate agents, like they say, to whom much is given, much is expected. And people, we see that these persons, they have low expectations of themselves because it is all about the money. So people, here is the deal. Me as a person that buys real estate, I am not sure that I would do what Mr. Kelly is doing. I am not sure I have that sort of patience to take anything to any sort of court. My policy is this. If you come and you violate a man, whatever that man does to you, you pretty much deserve it. So people, me just say, make sense out of nonsense. Now, Mrs. Tanya Walters Powell and her lawyers, and let me say something before I proceed. Please do not have the audacity to even contact me, whether it is YouTube or telephone. Don't do it, because I am going to put you guys to shame. Because remember, this is not a fabricated story. You know, Tanya, your lawyers know, we have all the evidence, we have all the proof. And even better, I am going to amp it up a little bit. I am going to make sure that in a short few days, maybe by today, whenever Tanya goes to the airport and she tries to board any sort of plane because she claimed that the money was sent to some sort of account in America, I am going to make sure that whenever you reach foreign, you are going to be turned back. So unless you not just America, we're going to do it all over the place. We're going to make sure, say, whenever you try to board any sorts of plane for any sorts of place, people are going to know that, no, this nice looking lady that looks uptownish and look decent, she is a stark liar, she is a stark criminal, and she is no different from the criminals that are giving Jamaica a bad name. So lady, do the right thing, because at the end of the day, we are coming with truth, you are coming with lies, you're coming with your criminal self. There is no place for criminals. Criminals will get where criminals get. We are talking about the big yard or even, the next place. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.